Hi, class. The topic that I chose to discuss this week was LGBT parenting. The topic that I have heard about, but have not actually delved into until this week. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender, otherwise known as LGBT, is a topic that continues to grow every day and will not be going away. There are many different components that make this topic a whole, and one of them being LGBT parenting. LGBT parenting can consist of several different scenarios. The term refers to same-sex couples, a single LGBT parent, and opposite-sex couples where one of the parents are LGBT. And as time goes on and society becomes more comfortable, the number of LGBT households that include children will grow. And this topic continues to be a controversial one. According to LiveScience.com on 6 January 2012, Rick Santorum, who was a presidential hopeful at the time, was quoted as saying, "Children are better off with a father in prison than being raised in a home with lesbian parents and no father at all." However, contrary to his belief, according to Abby Goldberg, a psychologist at Clark University, says gays and lesbians don't tend to become parents by accident, and because of that, they tend to be more motivated and committed parents. So, who determines whether a gay or straight person is a good parent? If we look at the criteria that society typically looks at when it comes to a good parent, there seems to be clear-cut expectations about parenting. Is it lots of love that determines a good parent? Is it attentiveness, finances, selflessness, diligence? You can Google parenting skills and what makes a good parent, and you'll come up with a plethora of different articles and tips and facts. But one thing you'll not uncover is that the gender of a couple raising a child is what truly makes a good parent. According to childwelfare.gov, in FY13, there were 101,840 children across the United States in foster care waiting to be adopted. Now, I challenge you to ask those children if they prefer to be in a loving home and whether or not it matters who it is that chooses to love and care for them. I can guarantee that those children just want to be loved no matter what. We cannot deny the children of those needs because of our fear of acceptance. The concern of parenting should be focused more on the well-being of a child, the competence of the parent, the relationship the child shares with their parents, and the security of their environment. I would even go so far as to argue that children raised in an LGBT household will grow up to be diversity-embracing individuals. It's these children that society needs so that they can thrive in accepting differences of other people. As a child, my mother and my grandmother were foster parents. I've seen children that have been abused and children that have been abandoned my entire life. And as a parent myself, I make it a goal to show my children that I love them no matter what. If something was to happen to myself and my husband, God forbid, I wouldn't care who it was that decided to take on the parenting of my child, as long as they loved them, as long as they cared for them, and did what was necessary to raise them to be productive adults. That's definitely not determined by the sexual orientation of someone, but instead the determination and willingness to be the best parent that they can be for my children. I think it's a touchy subject, but at the end of the day, it's really about the love and the caring of the children, not about who it is that raises them. We have straight families that are abusive to children, that throw children away, and in all honesty, if we had to think about how we should mold our children, it shouldn't matter who it is that does the molding as long as they mold them properly. Thanks for listening.